Alright, what's happening, good people? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby. Representing Team Kings of Games. And we're here today with one of our newest recruits. He's a fellow team member. His name is Joseph, but I call him He Who Sits on Pancreatops. That's his nickname. And he's coming at you guys with his favorite deck. Absolutely dedicated to this deck. It's Infernoids. I really like his list. I enjoyed it. It's very, very creative. And I've played against it, so I can vouch for his skill. He actually is a good Infernoid player, man. Go ahead and take the spotlight.
The best one.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so I've been playing Infernoid since the initial release of Secrets of Eternity, and never stopped playing.
Oh, so you're day one.
Day one. When I know that when reasoning was able to mill your entire deck, it was really nice. It was all about luck and skill, but
luck and skill is literally the epitome of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. I stopped playing the deck for a while ever since reasoning got hit because of Cosmos, of course, and I've been playing like other different decks and whatnot. But when I heard about Lair coming out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Infernoids again.
So like you already had that idea with Lair. Like the second Lair came out, you're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yep, the first thing that came was, oh, bro, I'm gonna play Infernoids because I can just tribute their stuff, banish their cards and all that. Like,
yeah, that's nuts.
Like banish all their ABC pieces, you know.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, because JD was mad.
Yeah.
He was like, wow, okay, I'm playing ABCs and I get paired with the worst matchup, a deck with 20 called by the graves. Thanks.
Yeah, right. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, all right?
All right, for sure.
So, the bread and butter deck, you do play the 3 Decatron. What Decatron does is when he's summoned, no more special, I can send in any type of Inferno monster from the deck to the graveyard. It gains his level, it copies his effect, and it also copies his name as well. The fact that he's a tuner is already broken enough.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Like, even though we don't have an Infernoid Synchro monster, like, he can, like, become, like, any level 8 synchro that you want to be, level 9, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
The next card I play is Antra. What Antra says, I can banish an Infernoid monster from my graveyard or my hand and special summon it. He's to compose the deck. I can target one face with a card, bounce it back to your hand.
Dude,
this card...
The fact that it just gets rid of cards that can be destroyed.
That's right. Get rid of all the problematic cards and whatnot. Then I played double Harmadic. Harmadic says...
I always call that card hard, dude.
Yeah. What Harmadic does is that I can target one monster in the field, one monster my opponent controls and destroys it. But I cannot attack the turn I use the effect. No. So, but he's a really good card. One, the fact that he's level 3, and if you stun him with Decatron, he becomes level 4. So you can use that for any type of secret play, overlay play, or big Z's play, whatever you want to do with it.
So if you have like Decatron plus Petrulia in hand, bam,
that's Omega right there.
Yeah, that's nice, and you get to pop stuff.
Yep. And then like saying, I play the double Petrulia. Petrulia is your MST.
That's so good, this format.
Yep. One the bad thing I hate about Petrulia is the fact that if I pop one of their back row and it turns out to be Waken the Dragon, it's really hard to play around that until I have to have a particular setup to get over like Ultimate Falcon.
That's what it was. Not too many people are playing that. Like it's not very, very popular anymore.
Yeah, like, I did that one time and they summoned Ultimate Falcon on me. They're like, GG. I'm like, no, I can get over this. And I play a card in the extra deck that helps me get over.
Tierra, huh?
No, you'll see in a second.
Okay. Okay, for sure.
I play once a Jet. You don't really summon him at all. He's only here for 40 fees. He's only here for 40 fees. He's level 6.
His effect is kind of okay.
I totally forgot what it did. I think.
Wow.
No, I remember. I think when I battle, I can make my opponent send a card from the extra deck to the bench pile.
Yeah. See, that's kind of okay.
I remember that. Yeah. He requires 2 Inferno monsters from the graveyard or your hand to summon him.
So like there's babies, there's mid levels, and then there's like the granny, the auntie, and the mom. No, the mama, the daddy, and the auntie.
Yep, that's right. He's pretty cool. Drawing him kind of sucks. Makes void fees kind of bad, but
yeah, I agree.
He's the Garnet of the deck.
He's the Garnet.
Then I play 2 Seismus. Seismus is my favorite Inferno monster, even though he's common.
He's broken. Banish a card, man.
Yep. When he battles at the end of the battle phase, I can banish a card on the field. Does not target.
Dude, Infernoids, I think they have every spot removal, right? Like, they have a shuffle, they have a bounce, they have, like, spot removal being, like, destroying, banishing. Then they have, like, board wipes.
Yep, that's right.
Like, that's crazy. Like, all their effects do is just out stuff.
That's right.
That's crazy. Impressive.
And one thing I will have to mention is that the ones that do require to banish 2, during a player's turn, I can tribute monster in field, banish card in the graveyard, which is really nice. The small ones like Ontra, Harmadic, Petrulia, I can only do it on your turn, on my opponent's turn to banish.
But no matter what, it's always going to be able to be done on their turn.
Correct. Most of the time. Unless I'm playing Prank Kids and I totally forget about the trap card, then I'm screwed. It happens all the time, I swear to you.
Prank Kids are broken.
And then I play one Atondo. What Atondo does is that when he destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard specifically, I can make it a second attack. He's pretty much like the BLS. Yeah, it's really nice for the LTK. The fact that I can destroy a monster and then attack again is really, really nice.
And you still got Borisword. Like, what's up?
Correct. And I play 2 Infernoid Deviati.
That's the mama right there.
That's the mom, yes. When Deviati first came out and when I read the effect, I was like, bruh, Tellarknights are not going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever again. When you summon
ever again.
This card was the reason that made like the Tellarknight matchup so much easier back like when it first came back in Clash Rebellions. Bro, like he's a heavy storm. He requires 3 to banish, but once you summon
I'm sorry,
her,
I don't like how you're referring to the mama as a man. You disrespectful.
It's ma'am.
Thank you.
But when it's summoned, I can when it's summoned, I can destroy all spell trap cards in the field except for face up void spell trap cards.
Oh, how nice! A one-sided heavy storm.
Yes. You know, heavy storm is illegal for a reason. But yeah, and then when a monster effect is activated, I can tribute monster in the field to negate the activation and banish it.
A board wipe plus a follow-up.
Yep, that's right. Next thing up, and the other guy, the boss mine.
That's the daddy.
Yep, the daddy. Frono Nuku. Basically, what he does is that when he's summoned, he's a dark hole. I can destroy all monsters on the field, not excluding himself. So he stays when he dark holes the entire field. He requires 3 to banish. Requires 3 to summon.
Those are the best ones, high key. Mama and daddy put in work.
Yeah, his effect is that when a spell track card effect is activated, or when you use the effect, I can tribute monster in the field to negate that activation and banish it.
Oh no, but with Lair it's better.
Kind of, not necessarily, because the fact that they play a card, I can tribute one of their monsters instead, and I keep them on the field. He's good. He's decent, I guess. I mean, he's not as good as he used to be, but
Deviati's better right now. It's too much like back row decks, man.
That's right. Yeah, because I'd rather get rid of like negate a monster's effect and destroy all spell and track cards than just having to dark hole the field. Since you know there's floaters nowadays and stuff.
Floaters, Thunder Dragons, freaking Geist that doesn't work against them.
I will say
superior right now.
I will say the Ultra Geist matchup in this deck is a lot easier to play against. I think it's
I
one
would
of the
agree.
easier matchups. So I mean that's pretty much all I play for the Inferno lineup.
That's
I play
a healthy
16.
amount.
Yeah, I play 16. The deck. One of the biggest problems about the deck is that if you draw an all Infernoids, you have to like literally just wait until you draw the right card.
Yeah, you don't want to take minuses just to summon them.
Yeah, that's right. Like there was one time where I drew like just the Anuku and like all like little babies of Infernoids and I can't even use them. It's like, okay, she banished 3, summon Anuku. Like,
that's a minus right there. Yeah.
It happens really. But it's like I do play the famous card I'm known for, Pankratops.
Pankratops. Literally, he who sits on Pankratops.
Yeah, I was playing against him, and like I think it was like what, game 3 or something like that.
Yeah, we were in game 3.
I sat on Pankratops waiting for time to end, so we can end up getting a tie.
You sat on him for like 13 minutes or something.
Yes, it was a bricky game. I will say that, but it was pretty cool. Basically, what he does is like I can tribute down a wrestler monster in the field, destroy a card in the field, quick effect. When you control more monsters than I do, special summon it. One thing I will mention about the Infernos is that if I have more than level 8 of levels or ranks on the field, I can't summon them. So they're like Dragon Rush, but with a restriction.
I'm glad they put that restriction on them though.
Oh yeah. Kind of sucks that way, but I mean it makes it fair. And then for hand traps, I do play the triple Ash. Triple Ogre.
Not too many people are playing Ogre anymore.
Ogre's there, really. There's actually a time when I played Lair, at the end phase, Lair has to activate, and there's actually times where I just Ogred my Lair just so I can like not have my opponent generate any tokens so I can DK them next turn. So it comes in handy sometimes. I used to play Omega.
It's a good card, man. I don't know why people think it like. I mean, I understand like if it's not applicable in the majority of the matchups, I can understand. But like, you can't write it off as a bad card.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I used to play Omega, but Omega Gamma is pretty good. I just couldn't find my copy, so I decided to pay 6.
Bro, I love Gamma so much.
Yeah, because the cool thing is like when you activate Imagination and they try to add
I'm like,
it's
over.
I'm like,
it's
Gamma?
over. Game over.
Yeah. And the best card.
At that point, they better start picking their cards up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slide those out. Like slide them out the way.
Yeah, that's my entire monster lineup. Pretty good, I guess. For the spell cards, I play Shadow Fusion.
Oh yeah, did you tell them that you want to go second with this deck?
I haven't yet. So
okay.
the purpose in this deck, I always want to go second. The reason why is because of this card right here. What this card does, basically, when it's on the field, it makes all Infernoid monsters on the field level 1. When I battle, you take half the damage, but that's irrelevant. What this card does is that if you control an extra monster and I don't, I can send this card from my field to the graveyard and use up to 6 Infernoid monsters from my deck and send them to the graveyard for a fusion material. So basically, if you control
the grandma.
When basically, when people see this card, they're like, "Damn, you literally dumped all your most of your resources in the deck, and now I'm about to lose." Yeah, Imagination is pretty busted. The cool thing is not once per turn either. So
amen, brother.
Because when they go Imagination, when I activate Imagination on tier and they get rid of it, I'm like, cool. Play another Imagination, summon my other tier out. I have 12 more Infernoids in graveyard. Game. You can't stop it really. Next thing I do play.
And then like the mid level and the mama and the daddy summon themselves from graves too.
That's right.
Yeah, that's broken.
Yep. Next thing I do play is triple Void Banishment.
I love that card, man.
Void Banishment is your searcher, is your void searcher of the deck. You search for Imagination or Void Feast.
Unbricks every hand.
When this card's on the field, I can ditch a card, add a voice spell draw card. The bad thing about this card is that if this card remains on the field, I can only special summon Infernoid monsters for that turn.
Ouch.
It puts a little restriction on it, but that's okay, I guess. And then when this card's on the field, when you battle an Infernoid monster with this card's on the field, I can banish your monster and banish my monster too. So,
they really tried too hard to make this deck balanced, bro.
Right.
Dang, all them restrictions.
Oh yeah.
They're like, no, we're gonna make it overbalanced on purpose.
That's right, yeah. And that's pretty much all the voice phone track cards I played. The cool thing about Banishment, you can actually search into the void with this card.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I tried that before, but like losing my hand at the end phase kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want my hand advantage as much as I can, really. Anything with the word void in this name, you can search it, except for Nolan Void. But you know.
Oh, so you really tried some experimenting.
You can search Void Trap with this.
Spicy.
Yeah, I tried that, but it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
But other than those cards, I played the reason why I played it again was Lair of Darkness.
So this inspired you to like start playing Noids again?
Pretty much. I kind of want to experiment with other decks since Reasoning and Monster Gates at 1 and Lightsworns kind of sucked, and you know.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Anyways, but Lair of Darkness. So when I first heard about Lair of Darkness in the OCG, I believe, I was like, bro, I can totally smash Inferno with it. That was the first thing I came up with. I was like, contribute my opponent's monsters on the field and then banish their card. So it works well with the deck, especially since the bigger guys are quick effects. So when I play against Thunder Dragons and it's something like Time or Colossus, I'm like, okay, effect of one Inferno monster, tribute monster, banish something in the graveyard, and they're like, damn. You just got rid of my Colossus, like, yeah. And they're like, game? Yeah, game, you know?
So you could just systematically pick boards apart, man.
The bad thing about Lair of Darkness is that I can only tribute monster once per turn, which is
I wish it didn't have that I wish it didn't have that restriction, though. Like,
yeah, because if it didn't have that restriction, the card would be busted.
Yeah, like, Beast plus... Oh, my gosh.
So, one of the things you didn't notice that I didn't play the deck was a Remo, which is a searcher for Lair. The reason why I don't play the searcher is because sometimes like Lair can be bricky because I want to look for combo cards. Like I want to see combo pieces. So, you know, same reason why Necros didn't play MST is because you want to see the cards to go off with and all stuff.
That makes sense.
Combo pieces are more important. then just have because if you have a Rima and you have Lair of Darkness hand, the only thing you can do is tribute to draw, but that's an Ash right there, and that's 2 cards. That's my 2. I lost 2 cards off of that already.
Right.
And those cards could have been Void Banishment, Void Imagination, Void Feast, or any other, or Decatron at least. But you know, so for every time I tribute monster on my turn, at the end of my phase I get token. Every time I tribute monsters or tribute any card or either player's turn, if it's on your turn, you get tokens. On my turn, I get tokens.
Okay, turn player gets the tokens.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it.
So it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. It's like if I do a lot of tribute on my turn, I get a bunch of tokens, and you know if they don't get rid of it, there goes my link plays and stuff.
Hey.
I will say that links in this deck kind of made the deck broken, since they have no levels.
All that damage, man.
Oh, yeah. But pretty much like all the support void cards I really played. I mean, I played triple Call by the Grave just in case they.
I love that card, man.
Just in case the Ash Blossom or Ogre Me or anything like that. I had someone drill me once, and I'm like, sure, that's okay. I only search for 1 time anyway. I don't need to draw or anything.
Yeah, your deck doesn't even search that much.
Just once, and that's it. I don't even play Upstart. But Call by the Grave stops everything, helps me go off, whatnot. I hate playing this card because like you have to nowadays, especially with a lot of hand traps running around. I hate getting my Decatron Effect Veiler. That's like the worst thing. Because he's just a level 1.
Ash in the Imagination sucks too. That really sucks.
Yeah, so you have to play these cards. I'm just glad it's available now. So, and then the only spell card I play is 1/1, the only one of. Someone Decatron.
Thanks. So like
nice.
Everything's 3 ofs, and then the 1/1 of.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
The 1/1. He's someone's Decatron, and Decatron's a pretty nice card. So that's big.
Ban Decatron. Do it now.
And then for the tree trap card I play is Play Feast.
I love this card, man.
So when I first heard about this card and is it Raider Tempest? Yeah, Rate. I was like, bro, that's like finally Infernoid support. When Zoo was around, I was like, dude, I could play Infernoid Zoo. I can summon Sujet, double Decatron, and a Trident or an Emerald next to each other with 2 negates and a monster popper. This card is busted.
Yeah.
What it does is basically I can send a void spell trap card either on the field, face up on the field, or in my hand. Special summon Infernoid monsters that equal to level 8, ignoring their summoning conditions. So basically for that, you basically the only.
It can even send itself, huh? Like if you have an extra copy.
Correct. Yeah.
So like you can't brick on this card.
Not at all, because usually the play you want to go for is either just like the Jet and the double Decatron. Usually Decatron will send a nuke or
right.
Yachty. Really depends on the situation. But what's busted is that if you have 2 of these cards, you can summon these guys, and then you can also summon a Jet and your 3rd Decatron. So like if you open both of these, this is literally a game right here. Because you have 3 negates of spell track or monster effects, whatever you choose, and you have 2 cards on the field that can banish your card in graveyard. So it's like you have a lot of interruption on board already. It's hard to get over
mama
negates.
and the daddy are coming out later.
Right, yeah. But that's my 40 card deck, my 40 cards in Infernoids. If you had grass, I'd play 60. But
Let's pop in with the extra deck.
yeah, extra deck time, right? So I start with the fusions because fusions was the first thing that was introduced in this game. So I play, what do you want to call him? Granddaddy?
That's the grandma.
That's the grandma right here. Yes, Inferno Tierra. So Inferno Tierra is pretty busted. The fact that he's like super high level kind of sucks.
It's a guy? I thought it was a girl.
Whatever.
What is it, man? Is it the grandma or the grandpa?
Fine, it's the grandma. Miss Abuela is in this bitch with this card. So this is basically Cleaford Monolith. Because the lore says he's monolith. But basically what Tierra does is like he gets certain effects based on how many Infernos you use. Most of the time you're gonna use 6. Most of the time because of Void Imagination. It has 4 effects, but you want to use the first 2. The first effect says each player sends 3 cards from the extra deck to the graveyard.
Broken.
That card is already
3 entities.
Then you basically just send the 3 entities to the graveyard.
Stupid.
Yeah, I wish we got this card a long time ago. We got this so late. And the second effect that if you use 6 or more, you can mill the top 3. Each player does. It mills the top 3.
Amen, brother.
So it's pretty good because I can send more Infernos from my graveyard, from my deck to the graveyard, and just hopefully.
Or other effects get nasty, like if you're able to pull them off, but like it's not realistic with your list.
Yeah, because the 8th effect is let me try and guess on this one.
Just read it. It's right in front of you.
Nah, I'm supposed to remember this. Yeah, 8 or more, I can return 3 banishable cards and put them back in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 10 or more, each player sends their entire hand to the graveyard.
Yeah, that's the stupid one.
Yeah, but I never really play 10 Infernoid monsters because I don't play Piatti. and you have to play him to even get that off. And yeah, I don't play PI. He's level 5. He's pretty bad, but he's pretty good. But yeah, there's the only fusion monsters I play. Entis says when it hits the graveyard, pop a card on the field.
I like that card, man.
It helps me careful of any type of back row helping with the OTK, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, I like them. And then for the synchros, I play one Beals because Lair of Darkness makes all monsters on the field dark. So if able to summon Beals off of
that card
off
is
of
nice.
Decatron, the other one is
Thunder Dragons struggle with that, man. They gotta have that unicorn.
Yeah.
Or that Borolo.
Yep. And people, other decks kind of have trouble getting over Beals because this Beals is the reason why he's broken to begin with. Scarlight, because
I love that card.
destroy all summon monsters on the field, take 500 for each for just like 3,000 or less attack. It's important in the grind game,
Turn
especially
around.
because time on the round you're like, oh, someone Scarlight game, or like, damn, right? You're like, damn, I just burned for 500. I get to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm sorry. And then I do play Omega. You already know what Omega does. Been here around here since High Speed Riders. You should already know. But banish a card in my opponent's hand, GG. When he's in the graveyard, I can return one of my Void Imaginations or Void Feast or any card that I want to use again, and later on in the duel, Omega works out well. Sucks that I see that one because I would be playing two, but you know. And for the links, Link Spider for the tokens underclock because he can OTK with a Tondo on board.
Yeah.
Nightmare Cerebus, generic Phoenix, Unicorn, and one of my favorite cards in the deck is Doolittle. So what Mr. Doolittle does is that every fire monster on the field gains 500, and every water monster on the field loses 400, I believe, or is it 500?
They better know what Doolittle does.
Yeah, they lose 400 for water monsters, but that's irrelevant.
So like, it's only when you don't have Lair then, huh?
Correct. Yeah.
Have you considered Wee Witch just because you play Lair, or is it like it doesn't really come up like that?
Because all monsters become dark on the field because of Lair. And so if I play Wee Witch, I'm not doing anything. It's like every monster gains 500 more, cool, but my opponent's monsters gain 500 more.
Okay,
dark.
okay.
So I don't play that one bit. I tried that one time, didn't work out. But yeah, it's like him or him. There's like a hit, cat. Doolittle plus a Tondo plus another foreign monster is over 8,500 points of damage because a Tondo can attack twice.
Is it over 9,000?
Almost.
It's over 9,000.
It depends what your monster is going to play again. Because if you have Tierra and you blow up the entire field and you have 2 fires and you have enough resources in grave, it's pretty much game. It's OTK. If you can't stop it, then I win. And then for the rank 4, I play Roll Short Dragon. Made it once. He's decent, I guess, but it never happened. Like once, that's it, I guess.
Wow, only one Boral Sword? You're poor.
Yeah. I mean...
Wow, only one.
Yeah.
You're supposed to play 3. You're poor.
Nah, man.
Wow, it's only like $10.
Yeah, right?
Get a job.
Right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm glad to still playing Infernoids again. I love the deck to death. Like, I love any deck in that sense. It mills itself. But Infernoids...
Oh, that's why you play Burning Abyss too?
I play Burning Abyss, Light Sworns and stuff. But
you said Light Sworns suck. I might have to kill you for that, man.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's my Infernoid deck profile. There's a lot of things in this deck that people won't agree with at all, which is remarkably understandable. But it's just, to me, the closest to being Infernoid the way it is. Now that Epic Demogorgon is at 3, I'm considering playing in the deck now, but
auto win.
It's auto win against Sky Striker because you call spells, you win. You call Thunder call monsters, they lose. Trash for Ultra Guys, they lose. But it's cool, but it's just, I don't know. It's more. I'm still testing it out and see if that does anything really.
Okay.
But yeah, that's me. That's my deck profile right there.
For sure, man. Thank you very much. You want to sign us out?
I don't know what to say. I guess shout out to King of Games for putting me on the team. I guess I'm happy for that. Then Lions Den, thanks to them for supporting me in my Infernoid business, even though they hate the deck. But you know, it's all Gucci in the hood.
For sure, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.